I'm Wob.
I'm Rob.
Welcome back. We are on Season 1, Episode 2 of Sorted. And if you don't know, we spent the last couple weeks filming a new TV show with Rob Ferretti, Matt Farrah, and Emelia Hartford, as well as Tanner Foust, who got behind the wheel of my 600 horsepower Subaru STI. We're going to do a reaction video to Episode 2, to the East Coast competition. We've heard stories about these guys. We weren't there on set, and these are our direct competition for the East Coast. So we'll catch you in the West Coast episodes later, but we're going to watch our East Coast competition.
Yeah, and just like last time in our last video, we have not seen this at all, so our reaction is going to be nice and candid. Nice and fresh for you guys.
Completely candid. It'll be interesting. Run it.
Yep, let's do it.
Coming up on Sorted.
I don't generally get sort of scared about shit, but this one.
They were genuinely scared on a couple of cars on the West.
Cars are scary, man. Fast cars are scary.
Just in case you forgot what we're doing here, 8 cars from the east, 8 from the west, and 1 foot down on the right. Street ability counts for 30 points. Tanner brings them 60 to 150 for 40 points. Launches them for a time attack worth 50 points. And 10 hard laps on the road course could earn 80 points. Closest to a total of 200 wins bragging rights and a trip to the big finale, East versus West. But first,
curious how they're going to score it.
Guys, it doesn't matter if you're
fun.
looking for a Dodge Viper ACR, an S2000, or
Yeah, the 50 to 150 I should be fine on.
Autotempest.com.
Try street ability.
Why?
I got AC. I think I'll get some points for that.
We'll see what they say.
I'm most excited to see the S2000. That's the one I'm hoping for the most, especially on the track.
Yeah.
You can put that together.
What car are you looking for?
I'm actually pretty excited for that IS, you know?
The IS?
Yeah, dude. Everyone loves an underdog story, and it's a garage-built car, just like we were, you know?
The fact is this, people. Somebody.
Oh, they're starting with the Viper?
Ooh.
Viper. Somebody. And that might as well be me.
I can barely reach the clutch. This is as far as the seat goes. That's it.
Yeah. And then when do I need the clutch?
To go down.
I am slowly pushing.
Clutch
Oh,
to
it's
downshift.
sequential.
Yeah, it was sequential.
knowing you guys.
I don't generally get
In the last episode, I
sort
said
of
my buddy
scared
Brett's
about
car was a
shit,
sequential. It's actually a dog box, so.
Realistically, though, I'm gonna get used to this car because it's such high horsepower, and that's what
Curious
I
how
crave.
sequential works
I
on the
would fall in love
track.
with it, and I would daily the
Be
fuck
interesting.
out of this.
I know rally cars use sequential, but
Motorsports Viper ACR
Fits the same bill, you know, crazy people have fast Vipers, crazy people drive rally cars.
and twin 76 millimeter turbochargers.
two of my turbos.
Oh yes.
It's a Dodge. Who would have thought?
The gearbox is mildly rattly, and you have to remember, once you engage the gear, to let go of the lever, because if you're not putting in the second gear and holding it there, it's a sequential, so you got to let it go.
It's loud. There's rattling here. It's violent.
Holy fucking hell.
So they're on pretty straight road down there, so.
That's like probably half throttle, or not even.
I'm probably
That was
scared of breaking that thing loose.
142 miles an hour, short shifting it.
I gotta say, it's comfy. For a 2,000 horsepower car.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Nothing like the sound of a V10 right there.
Sounds so good. How much do you think that would cost?
That's so nuts.
ACR is what,
Real
190?
crazy. Real crazy, guys.
180?
Oh,
I don't know.
this is
Don't quote
another
me on that.
$250,000 car?
So,
Numbers go
at
up
least $250,000 with the,
so fast.
yeah. If it was a standard Viper, it'd be a lot cheaper to do, but he started with an ACR, which is already
I'm
very
surprised
expensive.
he doesn't actually have a shift light. I bet that thing revs so fast that you can barely even see the red line before you have to shift.
It could have a factory shift light that's programmed on the
Even then, so I have that in the Subaru, and it's like you barely notice it.
Oh, the Viper, that's
Oh,
the
it does.
shift.
It does have a shift light right underneath the tack.
My wife wife would hate me if she knew I was driving this thing.
Yikes! Oh my God.
He didn't even stop to breathe. He was like holding his breath the whole time.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
That gear is the jam, folks. The way it works is they've got maps, and as you accelerate and upshift, it goes faster
no
when
way.
you upshift because it increases boost by gear.
Wow. Oh my God.
Don't you love what they can do with technology nowadays?
And it felt so
Not that fancy.
or so dialed. This thing is just so fast and so violent. My goodness.
Whoa!
That'll tickle your pickle.
Man,
Yeah.
that builds some speed.
It's pretty funny though, because just like us, none of us have seen any of these footage, any of the contestants, because this was all filmed in.
I've only heard stories, and all three of them were blown away by this car.
This is slim to none.
This
So I'm
the-
saying,
this
just
is-
in general, for all the cars, the drivers are getting to see this footage for the first time, like you will be when they're in their car, your car.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of their reviews on my
I
car.
made it. I did not crash it.
It's crazy when you drive something
Very
like this.
nasty
Like you
car.
have so much adrenaline going through your veins that
That's
like when you get
impressive
out, your hands are like all
Oh,
shaky.
yeah.
Neutral.
Doesn't happen anymore when I drive my car, but I remember the first couple months after I got the motor build back.
Wallet. So if I get pulled over, I'll call you to come bail me out of jail.
Yeah, that's a
Porsche time.
Do this.
that's a I need a bail bond fund car.
You want to talk about practical, extreme performance.
An all-around daily race car that is sorted.
I got air-conditioned seats right now.
50 horsepower from the factory.
I miss my AC seats.
That one's probably the
This
nicest.
one
Yeah.
has been
I mean, we're also
almost doubled
biased because
by
we like
Sissy.
Porsches.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's like child's play. It's like my first fast car.
I'm extremely biased. I own a Porsche.
We're going to turn on our cooled seats because it's a 911 Turbo.
Even seat coolers. Wow, what a daily.
Butt coolers, nice.
We're going to drive in manual
I
mode.
love the butt coolers, man.
Let's turn the Manatino on to Sport Plus. And we're off.
It doesn't look fast because you
It
look so
doesn't-
relaxed.
No.
But no, you can tell it's fast by looking at that speed.
Ooh, red line. They're shifting at what, 7.9?
Yeah.
Similar red line. Doesn't seem that fast. I bet it is though.
Oh yeah. It's just the camera makes it doesn't
Compared
look like
to the
it's fast.
Viper.
Yeah.
The drama is not there, but the numbers sure are.
Yeah.
It's refined.
This thing is fast.
And you start to hear
Fine.
the windows start to blow out, which is, I mean, that's unusual for a Porsche.
I'm totally losing the purpose of this drive right now. I'm having too much fun.
But I mean, when you're doing 165, is that really what you're thinking about? I'm not doing 165. That was like.
So
I was
a big difference with these reviews is they're just doing like freeway driving. In ours, they took them through the mountains, like
Yeah.
through the curvy roads. They're not really getting a whole lot of like cornering and hill mountain driving.
Okay, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna go to jail. Oh, I'm slowing down.
Whoa!
That's how East Coast cars versus West Coast cars are sorted. We have mountains out here.
Straight
Yeah,
line
this thing goes, buddy.
freeway races versus
3.6 liter
I guess you have to test them in the
turbo,
environment where they're being
engine.
You know,
out there.
it's easy to say that this is
think that's something that we have going for us, though, on the West Coast.
Because the
And it's not humid as hell.
platform that you're
It was hot,
starting
but it was
so
not
great
humid.
already.
doesn't look 110 degrees out
Definitely
there.
pay for what you get. I'll tell you that.
In this car, an amazing all-wheel drive system with a
God, it's all-wheel drive.
Oh,
That
yeah,
thing
you
rips.
should
Just
The turbos
hammer,
are all-wheel
hammer,
drive.
hammer,
That thing
hammer,
probably is
hammer on,
quick off the line.
and you're good.
This car, that was air. That was totally air. Don't put that in the edit. Raining at 100 miles an hour, catching all four off the ground in somebody else's $200,000 car. Yes, that is how this series is going to be.
The fact that it's so easy to extract more power from the platform without fundamentally making it too sketchy to drive. That's brilliant.
This is the
Brilliant,
best
brilliant,
thing I've ever done in my life.
Thank you, Nathan, for letting me abuse the piss out of for a 911.
I'm surprised they're not comparing them to like other cars that they've driven, because they've driven so many cars. They're not like, oh, this drive's really similar to something else. Or
What's not to like?
Oh, AC blows cold.
Holy paddle extensions.
Oh, I have the same Cortex controller.
They have so many fancy German cars in this one.
I'll be able to see how many pounds were.
Uh-oh. It's not a great sign.
the Trump $20 bill. That's funny.
Okay. Yeah, she likes the higher RPM, I'll tell you that.
I love the 5-cylinder engine. I love that it's half of an Audi R8 engine. I love that it goes back to Audi's history
Sounds
of
good.
rallying with the 5-cylinder
Group
Sport
B.
Quattro, one of my favorite homologated
Nothing like old
cars
Group
of
B
all
footage.
time.
Yep. Bring it back.
Oh, this car makes me believe in adult diapers.
What?
Very, very fancy.
All right, Rob's getting a little too old.
Yeah.
But it has a completely different powertrain. It has a completely different dual clutch gearbox, a different all-wheel drive system, and of course, an extra cylinder. The engine's very strong. And
This just
one's
makes me
built
want that
for itself.
RS2 we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Pretty much on the
Porsche.
importing one.
Pretty much a Porsche underneath.
Woo! that pulls pretty good.
That was nuts.
gotta
That was
import
like
a
when
car.
we roll into it, feel this thing out a little
Would
bit.
it be an RS2? Who knows?
They like the Audi a lot.
I have family in New Zealand.
Drone pretty much all the time.
It's loud. It's definitely drony. I think this would annoy me a little bit, but
This one could be tough to live with. I mean, the seat is comfortable.
Uh-oh, they're gonna rip my
The
car
AC
then.
is fine.
My car is so
Suspension's
fucking loud.
fine.
but I'm honestly, the drone is getting to me a little bit.
I couldn't take the
Your car doesn't really drone though.
No, it's very
I
low.
feel
Yeah.
like my eardrums are going.
The problem
to
is if you're cruising at like 90 on the
My
freeway,
Mustang droned.
RPMs.
Ooh. I had dumps that were coming right under the back seat, and it was the worst drone ever. Never do dumps.
Nope.
Tough to tell. The numbers go up real quick. Don't get me wrong, but it's a pretty insulated experience.
That's what all German cars though.
Yeah.
Unless you like race strip them.
When you
Super
think
refined
150
feeling.
miles an hour is fast.
That's what you want.
Curious what they're gonna say about the S2000.
Right.
Yeah,
There's a
6000
full truck car.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's 40 pounds of booze.
40? Oh my god.
Considering the pace that this vehicle is capable of, and it is capable of considerable pace. I wish you didn't have the knockoff wheels. That's the one weakness on this car. You've got a not ruined suspension, you've got a very powerful powertrain, but I'm a little concerned about the quality of the wheels. You know, the wheels and tires are what is going to really get that power to the ground.
True that. Pretty much everybody had Toyo
This is the
R888s
best idea
Yeah,
I've ever
at the
had.
West Coast. I don't know
should
about.
sponsor Auto Tempest. It should be the other way around because this is cool. Holy hell, that was awesome.
Good old
I don't know
Florida.
about you, but none of us have enough garage space,
Yeah,
right?
Finwiki.
It's easier to buy a car than it is to build a garage. Well, that's where Shape Solutions comes in. They've got your car covered in any situation because they can put them up outside wherever you
Yeah, I
need.
need that.
And on top of that, they will buy it
Living
back
out in
from you when
Pacifica,
you're done with
man,
it for up to 50%
Brings
of
a
its
tear to my
original
eye.
value.
All
Lead
that
time is as
salty
short as
air
4 weeks for
rusting
standard
every
size.
bolt in my car.
And when you're done, to get half your money back isn't a bad deal. So check them out. We put a link
Need a
below in the
garage.
description. See
Yeah,
if Shape
I gotta
Solutions
upgrade.
can have you
California's
covered
too
as well.
expensive to live though.
Oh boy. Oh god. This is. And now we have the problem.
This is the S2000.
Oh no,
The
this
problem
is
here is going to be legroom.
this is exactly how mine's gonna go.
Well, he'll have the legroom because you're
Yeah.
6'1".
about streetability.
Harness. Instant points for coolness. Instant points deducted for streetability.
Technology, huh?
BMW
Oh, this is the BMW.
135i.
Yeah, the 135 is
decent.
small though. I mean, look how big he looks inside. That's a small car.
That's tall, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Rob looks
Window
small.
opening and closing.
Whoa, got him loose.
135.
The gearing on that looks pretty low.
Yeah.
There we go.
Very short gears.
Similar to the Subi. That's the if there's one thing I can change with the Subi is a longer gear ratio.
Window's a little whistly here with
Mine's
First and
really
second
short,
gear
yeah.
unusable in my car if you're
this
full
thing
throttle.
feels nice though. It's small.
You have stock ratio, so you're like mine.
Stock ratio, but I have a built gear set.
Yeah. I remember
Right,
that.
like I'm not even full throttle. I'm just like getting the feel for it, and it got the go juice when you want it.
This is definitely a truck-focused car. Just straight right now. And there's cup holders, AC flowing cold.
Obviously, race car. It's gutted.
Still got AC
I'm
though.
curious how it does on the track because those are pretty solid track cars.
The window doesn't go up all the way. That's where it stops.
Oh,
It feels like a track-ready car though.
like a true BMW,
Square
the windows are always
stance
broken.
is beautiful. I can feel the turn in. It's really eager. Even
I think
on this
everybody I know
straight road.
and every BMW I've
The way
owned,
the
a window is
power comes
broken.
on is really good. Very flat.
Shaky.
Damn. That's not good.
Oh, it's the window.
It's the window and the camera's on the window. Just like,
That's what it was. I was like, that doesn't look
I
right.
think
not
it's
good.
a built engine, but he's not gone crazy with the power. It really feels like the power, the chassis,
it's probably good
are
though
all
for the
pretty
track.
much in harmony. I
Yeah.
might prefer an interior.
It's definitely loud in here. It's definitely loud. Streetability. I mean, you
Doesn't
guys
exist.
who know me know I drive some pretty hood rat shit.
She's swinging it.
Not saying that's what this is, but not a lot bothers me when we're talking about streetability, but I just gotta think of my mom, and if my mom were to drive this, I don't know if she'd be so stoked to take this to the grocery store. This is my mom, you guys.
Ain't a grocery getter. No way. That's awesome. Maybe I'll do that. Some reaction videos. I want to do some reaction videos with the dogs in the car.
Ooh, that's a good magnetic gearbox.
This
Dogs that we know
handles-
would throw
I mean,
up in
we
the car.
tested at 160. I just want to see how much further it would go and maybe go around, you know?
Man, the 135i, that's a car that
I think it'd be
people
funny to
just
see your
don't
sister
think
in the
about.
car.
But it's
She's been in
actually
it. She's
a
driven
phenomenal
it. She knows.
That's true.
car.
Is this IS?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Alright, here's your boy.
The JDM-ified Lexus IS300. It is a
That actually
cousin
looks
of the
not
Supra,
bad in the interior. It
and
looks like it's
ilk,
pretty solid.
right from the factory. This one, with its Toyota Chaser powertrain swap,
Ooh, interesting.
has been really further JDM-ified.
So Henry, the owner of this IS300, drove 20 hours from where he lives to here
Should give him
in
points.
Looks pretty
Florida.
comfortable,
Like
I'm
you
not
said.
gonna lie.
Doing a road
Yeah.
trip
It's
in
pretty
this car.
streetable.
I really could.
I love
Yeah.
the
In
cars.
general, this car is actually quite comfortable and roomy, especially considering the racing seats. Although these are
That's why I like the size of my Legacy. Is it's similar like that. You get very comfy.
which are a pretty comfortable.
why have a
seat.
Supra when you can have an IS300?
Yeah.
Ergonomics.
Why have a WRX? You can have a Legacy.
Why have a WX? It's STI when you can have
Like
a
I'm
Legacy.
sitting,
Yeah,
but
you can have
wait,
a
sitting
spec
there,
deal.
like,
Basically the same.
So I find the
Except,
seats
you know, you gotta
actually
drive
comfortable. The
6
driver's
hours
seat
to
has
find
like,
one, but-
It'll bother me over
True.
time.
Man, I miss these cars. These things are super, super cool. The owner just texted me. Henry said, rev it to redline. I don't really know what redline is, but like, okay, I'll rev it to redline.
These mirrors are useless.
Rip it.
I can't see a damn thing behind me.
They are treating these cars pretty
Nothing's like-
kindly.
they're-
I would expect them to really
Rev it
get
They were
on
being
it.
pretty kind on the other cars too, though.
There we go. I want to see some red line action. That was a 9,000. Damn.
It's over
I'm
9,000.
not really sure what the red line is. Now,
Oh yeah, that's way off. There's no way it's revving to
I mean,
10K.
that's right.
That's definitely not right. There's no way that's accurate. That doesn't even sound like it's at 10,000.
You've got a power band. It's about 2,000 RPM wide.
Yeah, this thing is like you're flat to the floor a lot until it gets into that power band. But it
That
doesn't have that
sucks.
like awesome oomph
That's
that
just a tune,
you
though.
expect, because the turbo's probably not big enough.
Probably
easier
huge
to tune
turbo
better.
before.
stock
Yeah.
motor, but it's fun.
Like,
This
I
is
thought
kind of
my
like
car
the
was
fun
going to be that way when I
factor
added
in
power
town.
to
We'll
it,
enjoy
but
it.
Equilibrium did a
I
really
think
good
that
job.
if Henry
Yeah.
Like, I'd say anything above
went
3,000,
something
I have
smaller,
pretty instant torque.
perhaps even
Below
the
that,
twins,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I have,
you
you know,
a nice
torque from 3
wide
to
power
9.
band to work with.
There definitely is huge turbo lag. The turbo really doesn't spool till 6.5.
Lag.
You can hear it.
Oh, it's like super laggy. Come on, baby.
We're also probably not driving it the right way. You just got to keep it in higher RPMs.
Eventually.
Alright, so maybe you have to rev it to 9, not 8. If this gauge cluster's accurate, then you have to rev it to 9. That's a real kind of single-purpose vehicle to have your power band be
7 to 9.
6,500 to 9,000.
Alright, the brakes are way soft for a car with horsepower.
Oh, brakes. Definitely would upgrade
Probably
those brakes.
stock brakes.
Now, I have to give the kid credit. It's executed pretty well.
For
The car's straight,
21,
it's
what?
clean, it's
Yeah,
pretty tasteful.
that's a well-executed
It's
car.
not so loud that it's obnoxious. It's overall, it's a streetable car. But there's definitely some sacrifices. You got a 2017 Mustang GT
This thing is so loud.
with the
Like a
Coyote
true muscle car.
5-liter engine.
Love that sound.
It's loud. Everyone looks at this. It's quiet in the cab, which I appreciate, but it's definitely loud outside.
It's not as loud as the West Coast Shelby GT350.
What was
Cameras take a lot out of things,
450
though.
Yeah,
factory
the Elite Finish one is
at
a
the
lot
crank,
louder than that.
all the way up to 630 horsepower at the wheels.
What are you talking about? The videos that we were watching in the behind the scenes of that car? That
I
thing.
blew their eardrums out. Inside, really
It is
not
loud.
that bad.
If you ask me, the weak link of the whole setup is the
weight.
MT82
Oh, 100%.
6-speed gearbox,
Oh,
It is a horrible
which
transmission.
is not the most robust unit.
The tires are definitely spinning there. She's got some good juice.
First thing to do when you
Outside the
buy a
car,
15 nut
everyone
Mustang
else finds
is
this to be
throw a
incredibly
T56 Magnum in there and take that
Like,
MT82
I don't
and
know
throw
if
it in the
Brian,
garbage.
the owner of this
And what's the
car,
price tag on that?
has ever
It's
been in
expensive,
another
but-
car.
You're already paying
Talking
$30,000
over
$35,000
six?
for a
You
car.
know? But
Nah,
that's not a pleasant
Four.
sound.
4? That's not that
flyby.
bad. It's a
It,
good
like,
modification.
ruptures your eardrums
4 to 5. I don't know.
so
Depends on the
gnarly.
Magnum. I'm not sure what the Magnums are in the newer ones, but T56 for my car
And
is
you
about
also know why
3 to
guys
4
buy
grand.
Mustangs. I mean, the fact that you can store
But that's because
a
I'm
car
using
like
an
this
0304 Cobra.
that looks really, arguably looks very cool. Like, I love the lights in the front and
Definitely looks
everything like
good.
that. So it's a cool
Yeah.
looking car. It's just that
It's a big car though.
Yeah.
that hitting
Curious how it does on the track.
thing.
If he's done any sort of like suspension mods on it, or if it's just a straight line car.
Wheel spin.
Definitely sounds good.
Well, it's pretty good for a Mustang.
This is a fast car. I can't
Throwing
say
shade on
nothing.
Mustang.
It's just
He owned a Mustang.
That's
too.
funny
That's the
because
funniest
he's
thing.
throwing shade on a Mustang, and yet he like could not shut up about the GT500 and how amazing it was, the new 2021
I think that the things
GT500.
that have been done to this car
But they're
are
very
pretty
different cars.
standard, and they result
DCT
in
changes a lot.
a fairly
Yes.
predictable outcome. Like, I was hoping that they had taken it sort of beyond what Shelby's doing, but I don't believe they have.
They should.
So if you modify cars or you're in that world, imagine having a failure on the car. It stinks when your brakes go out. It stinks when a part breaks.
Necessity.
But what stinks the worst is when you have a
As we
fire.
just found out,
And
what,
especially
yesterday?
Well, Vanna whited again. It's behind Wobber, but
Yeah.
probably one of the most
As we
overlooked
found out, Amelia,
modifications most car people make for
her
their
Corvette
car.
caught on
It's this
fire.
One thing
Oh,
that
man.
if
We
you're
don't know
not
the results of that
prepared,
yet.
Can
Yeah.
wipe out your
Let's hope
entire
it's not
build
too
in
bad.
minutes.
Hopefully.
We all know what a fire looks
Oh,
like.
shit.
It's no joke. You have
And
a
it's
fire
Mustang.
extinguisher. What you do is a cheap
That's not
dry
common with
chemical
Mustangs. They
extinguisher.
don't light on
Step
fire.
one, if
They
you
just
have a
crash
fire
into
that's
crowds.
electrical, You do not want to use a dry chemical on it, as cleanup will be impossible.
That's what happens
You will
when you
have
give
made a mess
people
of
rear-wheel
something where you
drive
just
and don't know
put it
teach
out
them how
and
to
fix your
drive it.
electronics.
That's good to know. It's not a
You
dry
choose an
chemical
H3O
fire extinguisher.
Performance's Halgard extinguisher, which contains Haltron 1. It's a clean agent that turns into a gas. It attacks fire without leaving a damaging residue. It's what you should reach for first. If you have a chemical fire, meaning flammable liquid, then you need the best dry chemical. Again, H3O
jeez.
Performance has you covered with the Max app. Be smart and
Miata's
carry
gone.
one of each to protect the investment you spent a ton of money on. So if you want to be smart, look good, protect your build with the same guys that are protecting all of us over here at Sorted, visit h3rperformance.com/sorted. It's going to save you 15% on your order. I'm telling you, if you ever have to use one of these, it's going to be the best modification you ever made to your car.
Yes. I'm rooting for you, S2K.
There are approximately 0 things about
Maybe a Subi guy, but this S2K is...
Who doesn't like an S2000?
Hey, man. Every time I see him at the track, they're kicking ass.
Loud, obnoxious, and sort of looks cool, and it's fun.
The
They
better
sound
Miata.
amazing.
We get roasted for saying that.
It
The
is.
better Miata.
Oh, way better. Not even comparable.
We can rev them out to the moon.
That thing sounds sick.
That sounds
similar to the Subi, actually.
It's fucking loud!
I think it has a dump pipe. Like when the wastegate opens, I think it's similar.
Well,
It has a
yeah,
dump
he
pipe.
has the
Oh, it has a
wastegate
dump pipe
coming
through
out
the
of the hood.
hood.
Yeah.
Through the hood.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why it sounds similar.
Tell it's a small motor.
You gotta use every bit of the revs. The revs are here for you.
It just makes it hard to talk.
Well, yeah, when all the sound is just coming out right in front of you through the windshield.
Or through the firewall.
I kind of wish they put a camera forward and
Yeah.
catch some flames coming out the hood, because I'm sure they do.
While this thing is running.
That's sick. I forgot that they have that digital RPM gauge. It's not like a normal tag.
It feels so light, incredibly raw. Obviously,
This thing's gonna rip on the track.
But we are cruising at over 100. And it's not unstable.
It's good.
It's a purpose-built car.
And Matt's the only one that's like taking it to full red line.
When you really get it on the boil, man, it goes. But you just gotta be prepared for it. It's like such an assault. It's probably better with a helmet on.
Thanks.
Gorgeous.
Awesome.
Well, now.
Looking to
That
sell
was
it?
interesting. It was like, I
can use some
don't know if I
S2K
enjoy
mileage.
it or I don't enjoy it. It was just, it was
What are you talking about? He has the biggest smile I've ever seen him have in any of the cars.
From 3,000 from third. Just a roll in. And there's 3 to 4 takes a long time. 5 is half as long. And then it does a burnout at 5,500 in third gear. Wow.
At
That's
55?
pretty beefy, huh?
Wow, that pulls. I just
So-
literally went from 6 to 8.
I mean, Supra's already going to
Yeah.
break the rear
So
end
maybe
loose.
roll into
That's
it
stock.
Roll in on 5
This thing
and a
has
half
what,
and see if you can
1,400
maintain the
horsepower?
traction.
Something like that?
See if it'll do it at all. Yeah.
Just
Try
slow
to
down a
maintain.
little.
I mean, after seeing John and
Yeah,
Michael
try to
rip it,
maintain the traction. It'll do it.
he can break the tires loose whenever it
John's
wants.
a madman.
Oh yeah.
You guys will see him
Oh
when we get
wow.
to the West Coast.
Spinning.
Yeah, it's definitely doing burnouts at
It's
6
doing-
in 4th gear. Yes.
Fourth gear at 100 miles per hour. We're roasting tires.
Yeah, it's doing that. That's real. Can I have a go?
I would love to.
Let me have a go.
Yeah, let me. I'll pull over at this light.
Where's the?
Kind of wish they showed more photos of the car in between the reviews, or like before the reviews.
They might have more B-roll in the next.
Roll on from 5 and 4th gear.
We also don't know how much they filmed over there. We know how much we filmed.
I mean, there's 2 whole more episodes.
yeah. So.
Buddy, it goes to 10.
10,000 RPM.
It would be funnier if it went to 11. It goes to 11.
Really good.
Little spinal tap.
Bro, wait, you want to do that again?
If it goes to 11,
That was
always
bonsai
turn it to
shit.
11.
Always turn it to 11.
Always turn it to 11.
On the next episode of Sorted,
Oh,
camera
it's on
arrives
already?
and records
Oh,
are
I
shattered.
was just getting pulled in.
Holy shit, my mind is so blown right now.
And stuff gets blown up.
Oh, I can't wait to see Tanner.
Ooh, let's see what happens.
Uh-oh, things start
Did you
blowing
enjoy
up.
the show? Of course you did. You're still watching. And that's why you should go over to Autotempest.com and start looking for
Definitely give
your
Auto Tempest a check for your next car.
Yep, I'm gonna see if Auto Tempest has
sponsored by them, but
Scroll
we like
down,
them.
We're gonna
click
be
on the
looking
link
at
in the
RS2s.
description,
Yeah.
Get yourself Auto Tempest because,
That's a tough ask.
and my next drift car, which
as always, stay sorted.
to be
It's
determined.
Swedish.
Oh, it is.
But
Swedish.
we'll see.
There's only one car manufacturer that I know is Swedish.
There's two. There's another one that we'll be working on, a friend of ours.
Which one?
Saab Viggen.
Oh, Saab, Swedish?
Yeah,
Totally
Saab is
think-
Swedish. Technically, they were owned by GM, but they are Swedish
Yeah,
brands.
I'd love to get my hands on a Subaru too.
Yeah, Saabaroos. I love those mashup of vehicles.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys on episode
Yeah.
3. We're inching closer to our West Coast episodes. So
Yeah.
I'll try and get you guys some more content. Also, don't forget, subscribe. We have 30, maybe 40 subscribers. The first 500 are getting a special surprise.
Yeah.
Send me a DM, comment. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'll reach out to you. You will not be disappointed.
Not at all. You're
All
going to
right.
enjoy what we have for you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Cheers.